LEC post-game lobby. I'm shocked, joined by Gilius and BrokenBlade, as there's also a close-up of the Teddy. It's also a very happy Teddy right now because Schalke, no fear, beats Fnatic. Doesn't just beat Fnatic. 3-0s Fnatic in the second round of the playoffs here. Crazy, absolutely crazy. I don't think a lot of people expected maybe even a Schalke win, but definitely not a 3-0. What are the first reactions, BrokenBlade, after that series?
I think after the first game, it kind of felt just natural, just winning, and also they were just playing bad. Like I think they were actually playing better in like the regular season in the first half than this. I think they were kind of like, I don't know what happened to them, but they just didn't really play to their standards, I think.
Gilius, you agree?
Yeah, I think they kind of underperformed today. That it felt like they didn't really know what to do on the map. And the last time we scrimped them, we went 4-1 with them, and we felt quite confident that we could beat them. And yeah, they're just having some issues, I think.
Yeah, I like that you call out, obviously, that it looks like they were a bit lost. I think everyone could see that. But on the other hand, you can't take anything away from the way you all played today on the Rift. And from, I think, the drafts to the in-game decision-making, maybe Game 3 was a bit more shaky, but that is to be expected when you're on match point. Did you feel like you yourself as a team were also really on a roll? What was going well?
It's just, I think, the way Fnatic plays is like very, very unique. They're like one of the only teams that just want to fight. And we all know that. We all talked about it throughoutly, and we just knew that we just have to like not go into the kind of like fiesta, and that's what we did when we won. And also we had some clutch outplays as well. Like Abe had a really good 1v3, I think, on bot.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah, and yeah, it just felt easy.
Well, yeah. Actually, I forgot what I wanted to say.
It's fine. Just maybe look at the replays and maybe you find something to talk about.
Yeah.
How did you play, Gilius?
I think I did okay today. Like my coach told me, just weather the storm and play solid, and we're gonna beat them because we're just individually better, and we had some good drafts. Yeah, I think I did okay today, but I can do a lot better. I actually wanted to. I remembered what I wanted to say. I feel like this G2 series taught me so much. It's so fucking crazy, like how much I learned in this series. And I think overall, Limit and me, we learned so much from Mickey and Junkos, the way they play the map. And it kind of showed today that we improved. And it's just a big difference, like going from regular season to like facing a team like G2 in a BO5, because they play the map so precisely, so fast, and they don't give you much space to play. And we try to mimic this, and it's working pretty well, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You learn so much from also the environment of having to adapt game to game in a best of 5. And specifically, I love that you brought that up as we're going to take a look at the hugs. Always my favorite. With the masks, it's kind of counterintuitive, but you know, you got to hug it out.
At least I didn't kiss him through the mask.
True. So in terms of that together play of you and Limit, Gilius, something we noticed is that Limit likes to roam right on specific picks, like his Gragas, but actually generally, but he doesn't let it impact his duo proximity, so the amount of time he spends with Neon in the map. So basically that means he's playing the waves correctly and he's waiting for the right times to to recall and then make the play with you. Is that something specific you worked on? Because that was just on point today.
Yeah, we're trying to time it that I give him a timer, like in a few minutes, like I want to go, and then he gets ready, you know. I just feel like it comes natural as well. Like Limit and me, we have played together in a national league before, and we're good friends. So it's like just natural, like grouping up in the river and ganking some people, you know.
The synergy, yeah. BrokenBlade, we talked a lot about bot lane going into the series, and that was kind of where a lot of the action was, but the rest of the action was in the top lane. Talk to me about your 3-game experience versus Bwipo and how everything went.
I think they came in prepared knowing that we would probably blind pick GP, and they came in with like the Lulu, and it just, I was kind of like already practicing those kind of things, and I'm just confident on that champ. I used to be really bad at GP when I was at TSM, for example, but I really picked that champ up knowing that it's just something that I have to have in my pocket as a top laner. And the second game as well, I was kind of like 1v9ing, and yeah.
Yeah, you were.
And the third game was kind of like I just had to chill, I just had to not die, and my team just carried me. When I saw Corki had 3 kills, I just knew it was one kind of.
Yeah.
And
Well, you say you kind of expected these types of picks and whatnot, but we from Whipple actually expected him to maybe go the other way and like try and kind of flex the fringe picks that he has, on which he has himself more agency, which we really only saw in Game 3. And I feel like you immediately saw a completely different identity once that Aatrox was out for Whippo. It almost makes me feel like, would you have liked to play more like down and dirty with picks that weren't the Lulu, for example, against him? And would that have maybe gone better for them?
On blue side, it's like kind of hard because you don't really have much room to play with, but it's kind of up to him. If he wants to make it spicy, he can make it spicy against GP. There's a few picks that you can pick to make the lane really volatile, and then both junglers have to kind of come top. But in the series, Gilius was coming top a lot actually, and we had really good plays. It's not like he wasted his time either. We had really good ganks on the Cho'Gath game, for example. Game 3, I was kind of left alone, which was kind of sad, but it worked out.
For me too.
It worked out in the end, and Southmate didn't really pay any attention to top lane, so people can't really do much in that case, especially if I'm winning early as GP. But yeah, I mean, it felt easy not only because of me, but also because of my jungler covering me and being there when I have been.
It was kind of weird, no? Like they camped Jenox in the last series all the time. They didn't let Jenox play his one-on-one, you know, and this series they didn't gank top once. So it was really surprising. Selfmade only went bot and he was just chilling, and my bot lane was sweating, but nothing was happening. And I think, yeah, they had to get more 2v2s versus us, but
that's what it looked like as well. Also, just to talk about the people that we didn't talk to, being Neon and Abadaga, what can you say about their performances today?
Well, like Neon is super rock solid. This guy is just a natural, really like superstar. This guy has not been in the scene for a long time, and he's like in scrims he's okay, but when we play important matches, this guy is just carrying, and I love playing with him. I also won the German league with him last year, so. And Abadaga, I mean, this guy, I don't know why people say like, oh, he's going on stage, he's gonna choke. Like, come on, guys. Like, this guy has won tournaments in Germany playing on stage in front of crowds. Like, this guy has been there for a long time. So Abadaga is super rock solid too. And yeah, it's like, I think Limit and me take a lot of responsibility, and then we have like three super carries who are just mechanically really gifted. BB steps up one game, carries one game. It's Neon and Abba. So.
Yeah, it's looking great. I like that you said it about Abba, but I think it is because Abba has always been really good, and then he's had stand-up performances. But like now, it's just on another level. It seems like sometimes in these pop-off performances, like in the Miracle run last year, and then now in the playoffs, it's actually crazy. If you guys can keep that level, that could be absolutely crazy for that Rogue match as well. We'll talk about that later. First up, I see that there's a tweet from BrokenBlade. I don't know what it is. So production, if we can call that up. What is it? Thank you, next.
Was very quick with that one.
Gets the message across. I know Gilius also tweeted 3-0 versus Fnatic. In case you didn't know, this is what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
a bit too much Ariana Grande, maybe.
It's like, we kind of have to focus anyways. Like, our next game is in 2 days, I believe.
Yeah.
And Rogue kind of had to prepare for both. But for us, it's just like looking forward. I think right now we have to be kind of respected. We kind of gained the respect out of the teams. We almost reversed sweep G2. It was very sad.
Yeah.
But I agree with Gilius. We've learned a lot from that series. Even though sometimes our scrims are not that productive, especially in the last week. But being able to step it up on the stage is what is, in the end, very important. You know, like these games matter the most. So I'm just very, very happy to be able to play with my new teammates. And yeah, I'm just looking forward for the new series.
Said the practice wasn't that good this week. Gilius, what happened?
Yeah, we had a little in real life problem. We couldn't go to the office, you know, for practice. So like we had to scrim online, everyone from home. And most games of these scrims I couldn't talk because my girlfriend was writing exams in the same apartment and I didn't want to disrupt her.
Yeah.
So they had to play without calls from jungler. So the enemy jungler, like they were just discussing with each other, like, oh, where do you think the jungler is? So it was kind of tough to play. And yeah, we had one day in the office yesterday. It's kind of shit too, the scrims, but you know.
So what you're saying is, if you don't talk, it's actually better for Schalke.
No.
Is that not?
Well, sometimes
I mean,
it
it
is.
didn't really change much if he was talking or not. Like, I didn't see a big difference.
Okay. Yeah, okay, then, yeah.
No. But I think it was kind of practicing in a gravity chamber then, because that's something you really miss. So maybe that even helped you in the long run. I wouldn't suggest it though, usually for practice, but very nice. Gilius, sometimes you're described as like a feast or famine jungler, meaning it's all or nothing. And when you're in the zone, you're incredibly in the zone. And we had an interview in like the middle of the split where it wasn't going that well, and Schalke was really not finding their form. What would you say is flipped between then and now, and what has changed also in your confidence in the game?
I think what has changed is the weather changed, and so did my mood. I was feeling really depressed with this weather, COVID, like I couldn't do anything in my life. I was just playing games and getting injured in solo queue. And now I'm taking walks outside now, running to Starbucks, you know, getting some fresh air, and I feel a lot better. And that's it, really.
Yeah, I mean, that's super important. And I think it's something that we all deal with. And we're like, oh, yeah, I know I should take a walk, but whatever, it's not going to make me feel better. But it does.
It does,
you know?
yeah. You should really take a walk,
You really go outside, do something else, and do something productive. And then BrokenBlade for you, coming over here, woo, back to Europe. And then, oh no, we're just like stuck inside the whole time. How have you experienced this time so far?
I mean, honestly, we are most of the time at home anyways, playing games, right? But sometimes you kind of need to relax, and going out to eat dinner sometimes, or like, as Gilius said, going out for walks is really important, especially for a pro player where mental is very, very important. It can really mess up your day or your solo queue games. But I've been very, very welcomed, and solo queue has been going well as well, which is good.
Yeah, you're a challenger. I'm Grandmaster, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's also very good because I already knew Gilius coming in here. I already knew Abadaget for a very, very long time. I wasn't sure about our bot lane, but they're very, like, surprisingly, like, they were playing really, really well, and I was very, very impressed with how good they were performing. Today, Neon was playing very, very rock solid weak side when he had to, and yeah, I'm just again like.
Our coach is pretty cool too.
So happy, yeah.
Coach is good too. Always nice to mention, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we have to give him credit because
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he's just like
Drafts were kind of smurf too.
Yeah.
he's just always so prepared. Like I wouldn't have to listen to him for a second, and I would just blindly.
Yeah, same.
Trust
It's
him,
actually
like-
scary how much he knows about the game.
It's-
Because he's like over 30, I think.
And also,
Hey,
Like-
what's wrong with the
also,
No, that's nothing wrong. It's just he doesn't play the game much, but his game knowledge is so crazy
Insane,
good.
yeah.
Like he
also
knows.
takes a lot of responsibility when he messes up. So that's very, very good to see. That's also very hard for a person, you know, being kind of the leader figure in the team
Yeah.
as a coach. So
But yeah, owning up to your mistakes is an incredibly hard thing to learn. Like doing it effectively and taking the information out of it to then put positively into the team, that's skills that you don't just have. And it seems like it's really working for you guys on the team. It's really nice to see. You're always giggling. It's like you always have an inside joke.
that's just me. No, I always like to giggle.
He just
smile.
smiles
Inside
when he
joke.
looks at you.
Ah, I see. Okay, well, happy people are all around. This does mean that Fnatic are out of the LEC Spring Playoffs, which is kind of nuts. There was a stat that I saw on Twitter, someone saying that Fnatic hasn't lost 3-0, only to 3 teams, basically. They have lost it to G2, to IG, and then to RNG at Worlds as well. But you're
So-
that's a pretty good list.
That's a
B.
little
I guess
Schmeta
with
thing,
history, you know.
Yeah, that's a pretty good list. So the big matchup coming up is Rogue on Sunday. I want to wager that you guys are the team on form right now. Gilius, what are your thoughts about that one?
Well, for me, this whole playoffs has been like, you know, just taking it relaxed. Everything we gain right now is a bonus. And today I went in with the mindset that we will try to win, but we don't have to sweat or stress ourselves. There's something on the line. Obviously, like winning feels great, but you know, we're here for the long run for Worlds in summer, and we're taking all the good experiences away. And with Rogue, we will just come in with the same mindset, you know. We will just slap them around and see how it goes.
Versus your ex top laner, Odawamne.
I mean, although I don't know, the series with Mad Lions, he really underperformed. I was really disappointed in him, and I hope he steps it up on Sunday.
Yeah. BB, of course, the last result you had before leaving NA was winning the whole thing. So, I mean, are you as relaxed also going into this? Because I imagine you just want to prove straight off the bat that you can make the whole way.
obviously I want to show that I'm good and my team is very good. And also, especially the series against G2, I was very sad that we lost, and I really want a remake. I mean, a rematch.
Don't ask for that.
Sorry.
He wants a remake.
I really want a rematch because I feel like they didn't take us serious the whole games, and I want them to take us serious every game, every single game from the beginning. And I think they kind of started to take us more seriously after the third, fourth game. And for that, we have to beat Rogue and the loser,
Yeah.
I guess, on the next.
That's how it works indeed.
And honestly, I think Rogue very, very underperformed. And if they are performing the same way, I think we're going to win again.
Yeah, that's the big question, right? This wasn't the Rogue that we're used to, that we saw in that best of
Yeah,
five.
for sure.
So,
I'm confident in my teammates. I'm confident in myself that we will perform again. And
yeah.
Rogue is really insane in scrims. They have been slapping the whole league for the soul split in scrims. I think, I don't know, like G2 and Rogue probably have the close scrims, but other than that, Rogue is like beating everyone. So it was really surprising how they like played so bad. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe a bad day or stage felt different.
Something maybe that Zanzara brought up, and Ender as well, but that we didn't end up saying in Ready Check, is that Inspired, who is such an amazing jungler, was not very inventive in the series that they played versus Mad, and then he didn't really adapt to what El Yoyo was doing, and that could have been a reason. Did you read that way as well, maybe? Or
I really didn't see it like this. I felt like Inspired was really smurfing these games.
typical analysts, they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I don't think it was like this. I think this Kaiser guy from Mad Lions, he was
Yeah.
really 1v9ing.
He's
And I
nuts.
think it looked like Trimby had a tough time. But yeah,
We'll see.
he will pick up his slack, Trimby. He's new, he's a rookie, right? So
Yeah. Maybe also first like games on stage, who knows, right?
Yeah.
But I'm sure we're going to see a different Rogue. But tomorrow, though, we have another hype series, G2 versus Mad, for a spot in the spring final. As said, the winner of that directly goes through to that final. BrokenBlade, what do you think of this matchup after G2, who kind of disrespected you, as you say, in a couple of games? What will happen tomorrow?
I mean, it's expected that they will win, right?
Yeah.
And also, I think Mad Lions is a team that is already have been given respect by other teams. They have a really strong, really explosive bot side as well, and I think Armut has been performing really well as well throughout the whole split. And Humanoid, I think he's just good, you know. And I think Elyoya, especially, you have to give him credit. He's been an incredible rookie.
yeah.
And it can be very close, but it can also be very, very one-sided. I'm not really sure. We have to see, but I'm thinking G2 will win probably.
Yeah, I think G2 takes this home. I don't think their bot lane, like Mad Lions bot lane, was doing really well with Rogue.
You're like.
Oh, I'm
making
shaking.
The whole
Yeah, I'm already shaking thinking about the series. It's going to be so hype. Yeah, I think G2 wins. I think Reckless and Mickey are too rock solid for them to get any advantages bot. And I mean, it's just Caps and Junkos are also very good players.
kind of a stacked roster. It's
Yeah,
not really fair,
and
right?
like from watching Junko stream, like little, you know, I can just promote his stream.
Yeah.
I really like his stream. He said they're gonna take the series very serious. You know, that's not a joke intended, but yeah. And yeah, they respect Mad Lions, so I just think from the get-go they will try hard and just 3-0 them.
Usually that's what happens in the LEC when G2 decides to take it seriously. But we've seen crazier things. For instance, Schalke 3-0'd Fnatic today, and I don't think a lot of people saw that coming necessarily. So I would like to take a selfie with you guys. You can stay seated because that's Corona safe.
Yeah, please keep social distance.
Yeah, we're gonna keep social distance.
Don't come close to me.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see. This can't be that hard. Whoop, whoop. Yay! Okay. It's a bit awkward. It's a bit far away. But at least we can take a picture in real life, which I honestly really missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, me too.
It's cool. All right, that was all from us here tonight. Incredible upset in the LEC. Schalke wins it and goes on to face Rogue in a couple of days. And we'll be back tomorrow for a massive clash between the Mad Lions and G2. See you then.
Bye.